It's no surprise that the restaurant business runs hot and cold. We're here at Fire and Ice in Boston with Rafael Barbosa, who is the Chief Operating Officer. Rafael, welcome to the Language of Business.
Thank you, it's great to be here.
You run 5 restaurants at the same time. How is that possible?
Time, lots of time, a little stress, no hair. So yeah, we run 5 restaurants. We're based out of Boston. We have systems in place that kind of help run those restaurants across the country.
And where are they across the country?
So we have mostly in the East Coast. So we have Boston and Cambridge, and then we have a location in Providence, Rhode Island. And then we have all the way out west, we have one in Southern California in Anaheim, in the Anaheim Garden Walk. And then we have Northern California in South Lake Tahoe.
How did you arrive at these 5 locations?
When they first opened, we won the NRN Hot Concept Award, and it kind of generated a lot of buzz. At the time, Marriott was in town. They just fell in love with Fire and Ice Boston. They went to the owner, Jim Miller, and said, you know, I really want to open this as a franchise. What do you think of franchising? We're like, well, we never really thought of franchising, but let's do this. So we now have 3 franchise and 2 corporate.
Is this a standard franchise arrangement where they pay you an upfront fee and then royalties?
Pretty standard, standard upfront fee, and then we have royalties. It's a low compared to other franchise restaurants. It's a reasonably a low fee. If they hit benchmark sales, then the fee tends to go up.
It's a common truth in the restaurant business that wherever you are, the restaurant runs the best. So how do you run places on the West Coast to do it well?
I travel a lot, and I hire the good operators where we have this, like I said, systems in place. That really is all.
How about the day-to-day profitability? How do you manage that aspect?
Day-to-day profitability, stick to the budget. I mean, that's probably one of the most important things is, if they miss their budget, find out why. Try to, pivot in any sort of way we can to make sure that we hit that bottom line number. Constant improvement through, making things a little bit better.
Are the demographics of all 5 restaurants the same?
They're not. It's a great question. So Fire and Ice, Boston, Cambridge, and Providence are all located in heavily college-focused areas. So our demographics tend to skew towards the 18 to 24 college students, whereas our Anaheim and our South Lake Tahoe locations are both in heavily tourist areas. South Lake Tahoe is one of the best ski areas around, so it gets a lot of that, pre-ski, post-ski, want to have a drink, want to have a nice comfort meal. Whereas Anaheim is across from Disney. It's literally right across from Disney, so we get a lot of families and a lot of tourists, people out of town. So,
given that there are changing demographics, is the profitability of each of those restaurants the same?
They are a little bit different, whereas the Boston college crowd, they tend to eat a little bit more as the South Lake Tahoe ski crowd, so that it does tend to change a little bit. Luckily that these restaurants on the East Coast have a little bit more volume, so it kind of all ends up working out.
As you get more volume, does it automatically equal more profitability?
Not necessarily, as much as I wish it would. It depends. I mean, sometimes, the management team could have a bad month where they just let something slip, they order too much, things have to be thrown out, or there's thefts that we're unaware of. So not necessarily, but most likely, that tends to be the case.
What makes your food offerings unique?
So Fire and Ice is a unique concept. It's an Americanized Mongolian barbecue, where Mongolian barbecue has that huge round grill. Guests select their ingredients, they put it all together.
So the guests put together their own combinations?
They do. Guests select their ingredients, and then we have the giant grill in the middle of the restaurant. If the guest has an allergy, we train our staff to accommodate them a little bit differently, where their food is cooked out back. Separately from everything, just in case there's so many allergies, we have to make sure everyone's safe.
Here in your Boston location, you have 2 floors. Are both floors exactly the same?
They're not. So we've been around, like I said, for over 15 years now. And in this Boston location, we had this bar downstairs, which was, not performing to where we'd like it to. It's a big space in a great location, and we just decided to, instead of remodeling it, we decided, well, let's try something new. Whereas Fire and Ice is, the 18 to 25 demographic. And we tried, well, what happens if we reach out to that over 30, that business crowd, people who get out of the office, they want to have a drink. So we created Under Fire, which is a new concept. It is a craft cocktail bar with a built-in taco bar. I love food trucks. I've always wanted to own a food truck. I'm a little past that now, so what I did is we put a food truck kitchen inside of a bar, so while you're having a cocktail, you can have some fresh tacos as well. It's doing really well.
From a profitability perspective, the COO runs the entire show. How do you deal with the boss?
The boss, well, as long as my bottom line numbers are there, he usually is pretty happy.
Rafael, thank you.
You're welcome. It was great to be on the show.
Rafael Barbosa, the COO of Fire and Ice.